and a great example, I think, of an individual entrepreneur who exemplifies these characteristics. And if you just read the quote, I won't read it to you, you can see that there really are elements, even in that quote, of his philosophy related to experimentation, collaboration, and being willing to hit the go button and take a measured amount of risk, but not to take unreasonable risk. So the 3 points that I just covered here are going to be the core focus of the next 15 minutes or so. And this really has been, up to this point, sort of setting the premise for why we believe that working this way can help you actually create a more innovative culture. So turning to page 22, this first point of experimenting. Successful entrepreneurs and startups, not just individual inventors like Michael, but venture-funded startups, smaller technology-driven companies, really in a lot of ways are natural experimenters. Now, most large companies are good at experimenting within technical areas. You can see the cycle here of prototyping and launching and evolving really is a model that is fairly well proven. Oops, I just made a mistake there, so let me erase that. Is pretty well proven in the corporate world related to engineering and manufacturing, but not so much in looking at this as strategic experimentation and actually going so far as to experiment via a whole new business model or a whole new approach to market. So, most big companies, I think, tend to take a more linear view toward innovation. They research it, they plan it, they develop it, they, as you can probably agree with, put it in your financial goals, and then we all expect to succeed. And we know that it doesn't always happen that way. Let me give you a quick point here, an example of that. Back to the Michael Bohm story, just briefly. Now, in this case, I want to talk briefly about the George Foreman grill. Although it's not the hit that it once was, it was a gigantic hit, and it really is cited as one of the great consumer product success stories. At its peak, in about 2005, they had sold over 55 million units. And George Foreman, who was the spokesperson for it, was receiving $4.5 million per month in payouts just for his royalties alone. So you can see the kind of success it was. The point I want to make here, though, is that it was not an immediate success. Michael Bohm, who invented the George Foreman grill, and Sultan, the company that helped launch it, made 3 different attempts to launch this product into the marketplace with 3 different positioning messages. And it really wasn't until they found that right formula of convenience with a secondary benefit of health that they got the formula right and the consumer demand exploded. I think that's a great example of an entrepreneurial approach to launching an imperfect product and not necessarily having the message right, but more importantly, in this case, evolving it in market and to the point where they really hit it and allowed it to be the success that it eventually was. Let me give you a couple of other examples. We're talking about how entrepreneurs